everybody, and welcome to MangaPod. We're a weekly podcast in which we all get together after we've read all our part of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. This week we are doing our very first Yuri pod, first of many, because Yuri's...
I mean, we tried to do a Yuri pod before, but
we did.
It just wound up being more of a shoujo ai pod.
That's true. I forgot about girlfriends.
Yeah.
I forgot about girlfriends. This is our second Yuri pod.
This is the
other one was so great that I just needed to give it its own space in my mind that I left behind. That's
right.
Just keep it there.
It's just there.
I'm shocked you don't remember Lou being like, "What the fuck? We didn't even see anything in this."
I did. It's all coming back to me now that I've opened that gate. Now that I've opened the gate, I'm remembering Lou's disappointment in the lack of scissoring. I had to remember that. But this week for Yuri Pod, we are discussing Citrus, volumes 1 through 4, chapters 1 through 16. I am Erin of Happily Erin, your host, and with me are two of my three lovely co-hosts, as well as a very special guest. I'm going to have you guys go around and introduce yourselves, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dodger, and I'm excited to talk about scissoring.
Hi, I'm Lou, and I like gay anime girls. That's my thing. I'm filling in for, Glenn.
Yes.
Who is going to be here, but he has exams.
God.
So
Yeah.
you guys have to deal with me.
Yoku was also going to be here.
I'm so sad that Yoku isn't here.
But I'm happy that our guest was able to join us.
I am
because,
too. Definitely.
Honestly,
Saving
one
the day.
of the people that I know as a fan of the manga that we're discussing today.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to your insights.
Yes.
Special guest.
Special guest. The special guest, DakotaBroskie. How you guys doing? I'm also excited to talk about future lesbians.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's get
Lesbianims.
started. That's
Cool.
all I got.
Yep.
Oh, good. Perfect. Great. That's awesome.
Let's get into it.
Let's get
Yoku's
into
not dead, I swear.
it. No, he's not.
He's
been
not dead.
texting
He's
with us.
real.
Unless he's texting with us from beyond the
Oh my
nether
God.
gone
What
region.
if his murderer
Yes.
is texting us?
it's just another mystic
Dude,
messenger.
after killing Stalking,
I know.
I don't know.
Yoku,
I don't know.
be
question
real
everything.
with us. Are you a murderer?
Yes.
Okay, we'll find out.
Yes. We'll find out if it's true. But in the meantime, if you've never joined us for a manga pod before, what we like to do is give you a short spoiler-free description of the manga that we read, aka summary, and then we give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should spend time going to read this manga or not. That way, if you do not want to be spoiled by what we're going to talk about, because we get super into the spoilers, you can take your leave once we get to spoiler section, go read the chapters that we read, and then come back and watch the VOD of this on youtube.com/happilyerin, where all the previous manga pods are hosted. So, Mr. Wonderful Special Guest, if you don't mind reading our description for us, please.
All right, I'm fishing out cork pieces out of my wine.
What are you
I was like, what are you doing?
Bruh, you just
I
need
would
a
love
shoot,
to.
man. Like we
I don't
discussed.
know. I need the shoe, but I didn't know the shoe method until now. I got 2 more bottles I got to try it out on. Anyways, okay. Citrus. Fashionable Yuzu imagined her first day of her new school as she transferred to after her mother's remarriage a bit differently. She didn't know it'd be an ultra strict and Wow, that just totally
Oh my
paralyzed
god, I
me.
didn't know if you froze or what happened.
I was like,
Dakota,
Conservatives
if you're
don't
not-
is
consider-
Dakota
Sure.
buffering? What happened?
Dakota, if you're not sure, it's pronounced whom?
Wom.
It's pronounced Wom. No, just follow your gut, Dakota, always.
My gut led me the wand. That's the problem. All right. A very ultra strict conservative girls' school. So instead of a sweet high school romance, she butts heads with the stern student council president, May, which is amazing. Who turns... I'm going to leave now. Who turns out to be her new stepsister. Plot twist. And she also learns to hate and and she has to learn that hate and attraction are often not that far apart. Other words, lesbians.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lesbians.
to the lesbians.
This is cold.
As ice. Feeling to sacrifice my love.
And Lou just drinks water.
Yeah.
I got water.
Water? This is vodka. I'm also filling in for Yoku.
Oh, that's true. That I feel like wasn't a great description.
It really wasn't, but it's okay.
Dude, they even worded it weird too. It was crazy.
It's not. It doesn't. Okay, we'll get into it. But let's just spoil it.
I want to describe it. I want to describe
Go, Lou.
hot gay anime girls making out, and it's pretty cool. You should go read it.
That
That's
was also a
that-
fucking terrible description.
Oh, Dodger. Need
Come
to
on,
believe.
Al.
Need to believe. It's Yuri. It's great. The genre. It's 100% like within the tropes of the genre. That's it. It's just really well done version of that. Okay, that's it. That's my thing.
Cool.
Gay anime girls.
Guys,
High
this is
school.
manga. This is manga
Pretty
pod.
manga.
Manga pod. Manga
Okay.
pod. Manga girls. Not manga pod girls.
Murder first.
Let's do our spoiler-free
Yeah.
recommendations, yeah?
Yes. I think Lou, did you already go?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Lou kind of went.
Pretty good. It was pretty.
I recommend this manga. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really sweet. And it, like Lou said, it avoided a lot of the very skeevy tropes that come along with like just not even just girl but like guy stories. Has it too, where it's very fetishized. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Whereas this one didn't feel nearly as much that. It was very much focused on developing the relationship between the two girls. There was some drama that I felt was there just for the sake of being drama, and I kind of eye rolled at a little bit. But I also thought it was really cute overall, and that the more sexual scenes were done very well as well. So, and I really liked the art.
Dakota?
Oh, okay. Citrus is sour on the outside, but sweet on the inside. Just like the two main characters of this story. See, I could do a better job than Mal. Anyways, it's a very... Okay, so not saying that all Yuri is distasteful, but it can get that way. But when it comes to the genre, Citrus is like a very tasteful part of the Yuri, of this whole collection of Yuri. The character interactions are great. The drama never does stop really per chapter, so it does get old kind of fast. But if you hate Yuri, I definitely would say just try it. Just because this is like the best example I can give you for a good. What?
I'm sorry.
I never get taken seriously on this. Just so you
No,
know.
I thought that you were starting to say something else. Keep going.
Oh, is it a spoiler or just something stupid?
I thought you were gonna say if you hate Yuri, eat shit, but that's not what you said. So keep going.
I mean, eat shit, but you can.
You
watch
know
it
what?
while
I'm
you
gonna
eat
say
shit.
it, Dodger. I'm saying it. If you hate Yuri, eat shit. There we go. It's on the record now.
Okay, but anyways, check it out. It's definitely, if you're a big fan of manga, it's definitely a good pickup. I mean, the artwork and the books are nice. They're a little bit bigger than normal sizes, so I like them. It's a nice shelf piece. It's great to read. Who's next? Take this mic from me.
I'll go again. It's good. Go ahead, Dodger.
I'll go.
It good.
I thought that it was pretty good. I do really love the art. What Dakota mentioned about the drama getting repetitive is what really held it back for me. But I do like that it doesn't go into the same tropes that a lot of Yuri manga goes for. So in that way, I very much appreciated it. So yeah, I thought that it was pretty good. I don't think it's amazing, but it's definitely not bad. It's a nice little read.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into spoilers section. In this section, we are going to go in depth with the spoilers of the 16 chapters that we read. So if you do not want to be spoiled, now is the time to take your leave. And if you guys are sticking around, we kindly ask that you do not spoil anything past what we read, aka chapter 16. You will be timed out, banned, all of that fun stuff. We take spoilers very seriously because we don't want to be spoiled on things. So please don't do it. Don't even post fake spoilers because you just never know. Just don't do it. Don't be a rotten bacon butt. We're going to jump in. We're going to jump into spoilers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One.
Yuri is God, and not
Girls
the
kiss.
Japanese Yuri.
Yeah.
Not that guy.
Not that guy.
If
Actual
anything,
Yuri.
Russian Yuri is God. That guy. That's a cool guy.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about gay anime
Yurio
girls.
is precious.
Mhm.
Yurio is precious.
We are here
child.
to talk about gay anime girls.
Before we go any further, somebody in chat, Megatobins98 wanted to know what Yoku thought. Yoku said this was one of his favorite romance manga and that he fucking loved it. So there you go.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I will
he
say
caught
that.
up. He caught up. So
He
that's
He did. He
The whole-
actually read it, which is the biggest tragedy of the whole evening. It's that he's not here, but he took the time to read all of it.
Exactly.
I'll honestly say that too. Is that I love this honestly more as a romance story or coming tale of romance story more than I do actual the Yuri. Although the Yuri is nice, but
Dude, it's got so many harem tropes that just piss me off, though.
yeah,
I can't. I feel so bad for May. The entire time, I'm just like, May, I feel so fucking sorry for you. She's just living her goddamn life, and girls
puts
pop
up
up
with
all
so
over the
much
place
shit.
being like, let me touch every part of you. And she's like, please don't. Like,
Like, why?
honestly, it goes the other way around too sometimes.
oh, God.
Like May can be just as bad if the moment precedes her.
I know.
And I think it
Drama
even-
never stops. It kills me.
So much drama. Okay, let's do the question that we usually start with, which is what were you expecting before reading this manga?
I want to go
Ready?
first. All right. So there are two people that have really talked this manga up for me, and there's Dakota as being one of them. The other person is one of our mods, Random Sama 613,
Random
It's kinda
it
so-
up.
Random!
who was kind of salty that Dakota came on here to discuss.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry,
okay.
Random.
It's
Oh my
okay.
God, we could have had both of them. We have an empty
It's true,
slot.
we have enough spots.
Fuck. Anyways.
Next time.
Next time.
Anyways, so the expectations that they more or less set for me was it's a pretty solid story with amazing art, and it definitely delivered on that front. Usually when I go to pandering genres like Yuri, normally I expect more pandering, but this felt like Girlfriends attempted to tell I guess something that fell within the genre that didn't try to pander to its audience as much. Like I felt like they easily could have gone further. They could have gone further or escalated their relationship or in terms of the physicality of it, and they intentionally held back to like force development in these relationships, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I will
that's
totally agree with you that I was expecting, especially since right off the bat they had like one of those fucking steamy spit kisses. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna have titties out in like a chapter here, and it didn't happen. And I was glad that so much of the manga was focused on like you learning about the characters and really caring about their relationship and rooting for them and stuff. I didn't expect that, so yeah.
I
Okay,
was
Oh, go ahead.
No, wait, what?
Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was gonna say on top of that about the whole like no titties out. Even the bath scenes, I got so immersed in the romance of the story or how the character interactions were going to play out. I didn't even care that they were in a bath together or they were like walking in on each other in a bath. I literally just like, oh yeah, they're taking a bath right now. I should probably be. You know what? This story's too in depth right now. I got to figure out what happens.
I should probably be. What a good pause.
Not,
Yep.
not exactly what I meant.
Don't worry,
But-
Dakota. We can fill in the blanks.
No,
Keep
we got
talking.
it. We got it.
In the comment section, please fill in the blanks for me. Go ahead. I should have been what? Anyways, my first impressions actually were I was in North Carolina. I was stuck there, and I had Amazon to me, and I was like, oh, 1 day shipping. Let's see what kind of manga they got. So I ordered a few light novels of Spice and Wolf and a certain magical index, and they're like, what? You also should check out Citrus, and I'm like, I should also check out Citrus. So I came to my door, and I'm just like. Okay, Yuri, let's do it. But I was just so amazed with how they took this story and without it being, I keep using the word distasteful, but I really shouldn't because there are a lot of, I mean, I love the characters so much. It was something I went into expecting Yuri, and I got a little bit more than that out. I got actual character motivations and a romance story, really.
You got more than smut.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think your use of distasteful is like misplaced. I would agree with it. That I was expecting, just because I kind of have read so many stories where it is distasteful, where you're just like, oh, the girls are there to fulfill a like, what's the word? Like a fetish for like the reader reading it. It's not because they're actually in love. They're just smutting together.
They're smutting together. Wait, I gotta start using that.
That sounds delicious. Honestly, smutting.
Smutting. And so when I went into it, I was expecting a lot more sex scenes, a lot more of the art kind of pandering to fan service, in that like the way like they were drawn or the angles that they were taken, and that like the way that they would pose would be very obvious that like a camera was on them or something like that, because that happened like Sakura trick. That kind of felt to me like, I know a lot of people loved it, but for me there was times where it felt like the girls were aware that they were on camera or something like that, if that makes sense. And so the way they were like posed or touching was just whereas this didn't feel like it at all. It felt much more natural to the tune. Felt much more natural, and also felt like it was just a romance about girls being in love with girls. Like that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like it was anything other than that, which is really refreshing to see, because that doesn't happen that often. And so I really enjoyed it in terms of that. I don't know why I didn't expect drama. I think it was because I was only told it was Yuri. I didn't really think about it being shoujo at that time. And so knowing that it's shoujo is like, oh, well, that explains a lot of the drama that's happening. So I didn't expect as much drama going in, but I was pleasantly surprised overall with how much I thought it was, how tasteful I found it. So, all right. Should we talk about characters first?
Can we talk about Yuzu, because I love her?
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we talk about Uzu?
I love her so much. She's just like, she just wants to be herself, man. But she's also questioning it constantly. She's going to a school where everybody's like, you're a fucking rebel. And she's like, I'm normal. I'm such a normal person.
I'm not different. You're different.
Yeah. As somebody who went to a private school that was very strict and watched a girl come into that school who did not follow any of the rules and was constantly confused, I was like, holy shit, I've seen this person before. Like, come into a school system and be like, I can't, what? Like, I don't understand. Yeah. So I felt really sorry for her, but I just like that she's so positive. I don't know. I'm rooting for her. I want her to be happy.
Exactly. That's what the whole time I was reading, I was like, I just want you to be happy and like find love and have your love returned to you, because like you said, she's just so positive and peppy. But she's not annoying at all. I didn't find her annoying. I just really adored her as a character, and I adored her her progression as a character, both in terms with like May and like becoming a new family. Something that I did find weird was how accepting she was, like, oh, you're May's dad, that means you're my dad. Hi, Dad. Like that was like,
it was the same thing too with
Reverse.
Thing.
Like it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, that was a little bizarre to
May
me.
was the same way with the mom, right?
Yeah, May was the same with them. But like with Uzu, I kind of I underspected. That's not a word.
That is a word now.
It kind of made sense because she's very accepting and very positive. So she was like, oh, okay, I understand. But that was something that I felt was a little bizarre. But I really love her as a character. And I really enjoy seeing her coming to terms with like her sexuality and how she feels towards May, and that she's very confused, but a lot of her feelings feel very pure, even if they are sexual. Like it's a very pure like love that she feels. She understands that she has feelings for May, and so she doesn't want to take advantage of her, but she's also like, well, I didn't ask May how she feels, so maybe I'm not taking advantage. So she's just like very obviously conflicted.
Yeah. But May constantly is like hot and cold. So she's just like, how do I don't know.
Yeah. But there's communication in minor bits. Like there's stuff, like they progress. They aren't stuck in the same like corner the entire time. Like they're progressing in little.
Well,
They mostly
I
are
mean,
though. It felt
like,
like
they
they
kinda
didn't
get to
really
that point-
progress at all until the very last chapter we read.
I guess. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because they have their moments where they have intense physicality, and then they get weird with each other for like 5 chapters.
That's
And that-
true.
That was kind of tedious, but definitely that last chapter we read, we picked a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Like, I am okay with where we stopped, because they are now at the point where when we pick this up again, a relationship has been formed, and I want to see how that develops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love this is I guess there's a trope that I absolutely love that happened in this one and happens in a lot of different Yuri and yaoi manga, but where somebody comes up to, in this situation, someone comes up to Yuzu and says, "You're gonna be such a good wife someday," and then they get really depressed because they're like, "I can never have that perfect normal family structure with the person I love." Like, that happens in so many manga, and it's so like Japanese specific, I feel like, to be like, I can literally never be a housewife because I love a woman. Like, okay.
Dakota, what about you?
I fell in love with Yuzu right around, like, I liked her as a character. I loved how she worked. I loved how, like, it was like what you guys explained, her backstory. But the moment I fell in love with her was when she took May to go see her dad. And it just caught me so off guard. I was just like, she was just like, "Oh, we're gonna go see my dad. Yeah, he's just there. You'll love him," and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Yep, there's my dad." And May's just like, "He's dead." And then I'm just like, "You blessed child, you."
I kind of wish they would have kept that from us, like the fact that he was dead ahead of time.
I know, I wish they hadn't mentioned it before,
Yeah.
so that we also could have been like thinking we were gonna meet her dad. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I missed
stifled.
that part where her dad was dead. Okay, I missed that part.
Oh,
Just
so
so
you
everybody
did
knows.
it. Yeah, you
did
Aw.
experience what we wish we'd experienced.
It felt great. /
My
terrible
heart
at
was
the same
broken. It was
time.
awesome.
My heart was ripped and shredded and torn on the floor, and I'm like, I'm the only one who
Speaking
gets
of
to
the
feel
parents,
this.
speaking of the parents, I am so confused how their parents met and got married when he is constantly out of the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
They
like,
hooked up in an airport bathroom. That's my guess.
I guess they have characterized her mom as being really impulsive, right?
Yeah, and very flippant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they just like made out once and they were like, "Let's fucking get married." And he was like, "Perfect. I have a daughter that I don't hang out with ever. She could use a mom." And it just
I know
happened.
it was very bizarre, like the whole like setup and how it was happening. It was kind of like the mangaka was like, "All right, I need them to live in the same house. What can happen? Okay, they're sisters, but who cares about the parents? All right, they're gonna touch each other."
now boobies. Yeah.
Now boobies. They're in the same bed. Even that, like even them being in the same bed is never taken advantage of over the top. Like it's done like, I mean, there's obvious moments where like, oh God, we're sleeping so close together, but it's not like they banged because they slept next to each other. They banged again. Every chapter they're banging because they're in the same bed. They're banging.
That's what I love about this. Is although where we got into the point of the ending where we got, it felt like it was going to make each kiss meaningful to the plot or to themselves. It was never about being selfish, I guess, or just doing it to doing it. It felt like every scene meant something to either one or the other character, or both of the characters. But it's, you know what I mean? It wasn't played out.
Yeah.
So.
It's been pointed out to me how silly it is that I'm questioning their love when I myself have been in a long distance relationship and dated a person on Skype. So, okay, cool, fine. They could have met and dated on Skype and then decided to get married. That's sure. I'll accept that possibility.
But still,
they still just
there's
don't go
no
into it at all. They make it seem like the
evidence.
dad is completely unreachable.
Yeah.
It just
Oh, it's also the first time that I looked at like even the word step siblings is creepy in some animes. So it's the first time I looked at these two and went, they're sisters. All right. Like it was the first time I was acceptable to it.
Dakota, it gets easier.
Okay.
What?
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, I don't either, but it.
Gay anime girls.
The way you said that was very creepy, Lou. I just
Very
need you to know.
Then I was like, I don't know how to respond.
Yeah, there was a description for this manga that made me feel really weird, and it was like, a manga about an older sister just trying to do her best for her younger sister. And I was like, that's not what this is about. That is not what this manga is about.
Yes.
There are moments. I will totally acknowledge that I loved the moments when Yuzu felt really conflicted, being like, I need to be family to her right now. Like, she needs me to be her older sister right now, even though I'm going through all this weird hormonal shit and I just want to touch her butt. I'm not going to, because that's not what she needs me to be right now. And I was like, I kind of like that they're going into that.
Yeah, I liked those moments a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they threw in a little comedy bit, though. Have you seen, anybody here seen Your Name?
No. Don't spoil me.
I'm not
Please.
spoiling. But there's a funny moment in there where he's like, it's kind of like, what's another show
I won't,
that
but
does
at the
it?
end, this happens.
But it was like, what's the show? Konosuba, by the end of it, he was like, I shouldn't do this. I should be the supporting role. I should be doing this. And 2 seconds later, he just starts doing it. So I kind of felt like that should be like a funny part where Yuzu's like, I shouldn't do this. I should be a big sister. I should be responsible and say no to these hormonal changes. And then like the next panel, just see her doing something weird.
That would really ruin the story, Dakota.
Yeah, maybe.
that would really
just
ruin.
one clip, just one little comedy clip.
Well, I mean,
extras?
we do have those half chapters.
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening in the half chapters.
Exactly. That's what the half chapters
those are pretty great.
I like the part where she's like, you should really stop reading that manga. Is like, you still reading that manga? And she's like, oh God. She thinks I'm weird. And then she's like, I like that.
Manga.
I like that part
That's
in
such
like
a
chapter
trope.
5.
It's such a trope in Yuri and Yahoo where they're like, I have to learn. The only way to learn is through
manga. Every time. I love that trope. And then they wind up having to hide them, and they hide them like under their futon and shit. I'm just like,
it's like, you have internet. Google it.
No, Aaron. I can't get the up close and personal shit. I gotta have it right here, or I can't tell what's going on. Kills me.
Well, I think the rationale behind it is like, this is how you keep the manga industry alive. You teach people that are reading manga that they need to read more manga and not bother with the internet.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to learn sex positions, go manga. It's the best way. It's the best way.
Yeah.
Should we talk about May?
May.
Sure.
What were your guys' feelings on her?
It's gonna be May.
I want to say something because I feel it's important. I really didn't like May, with the exception of one instance, and that's when she challenged the other little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she stepped up and said, "No, what you're doing is wrong. You need to get away." Basically, like that's when I really started taking an interest with her, because the thing is, since she is the stoic character, and we're meant to be as confused about her intentions or her thoughts as Yuzu is, I feel like I don't really know the character. I feel like I know as much as Yuzu does, and the problem is Yuzu doesn't really understand me. So I don't really understand me.
I totally agree with that. I feel bad for May because everybody wants to like bone May. And at the same time, I'm like, God, but May, you're such a confusing character. Like, do you want to be with Yuzu? Do you not want to be with Yuzu? Why can't you just plainly talk about anything? Like, she really bothers me as a character because she's so stoic.
I just started laughing because everybody does want to bone May.
They do. Everybody wants to bone May.
They do, like, and it's just that same like, why? Like, I don't.
She doesn't do anything. She literally walks across the street and somebody's like, "Oh my God, I gotta get in that," and I'm like, "Don't stop."
It's like so heavily implied that she has a lot of commitment issues, obviously because of her daddy problems. But there's still stuff where it's like it feels like her character changes to fit the story or fit how Yuzu is feeling at times. So her character just feels like so all over the place and doesn't feel very consistent. Even like realistically, like you can have characters that are like conflicted and don't know what they want and aren't sure, but what we're shown of her is very like even the mangaka's like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I will say.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. I was gonna say that I will say the same thing with like what Lou said about the whole with the Yuzu doesn't really know her, and we feel the same way. I kind of like that because as the story unfolds, we kind of learn more, even though it's probably unintended to do that, and then she's probably just written shittily. But I will say that when May does open up, she normally opens up with like one-liners or just really, really heavy questions, and I'm just like, and it just turns on me where I start. It goes from a character that I don't really care about or can relate to somebody that I feel sorry for, that I want to learn more about. Like when she is just in front of like the gravesite, she's just like, how can I make things right with my dad? I'm like, how can you make things right with your dad, damn it?
Can you?
Fuck that guy!
Yeah, it just, but like, the whole Christmas Eve scene, right?
Yes.
It really bugs me. They tried to construct lots of cliffhangers that turned on you in the next chapter, and I hate that shit so much, right? So we like ended a chapter.
Bait and switch.
Yeah, so we ended a chapter feeling like, oh my god, we're having a breakthrough moment where she's like, even though there's so much twisted shit inside of me, do you want to see it, right? And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna like talk about the shit, right? And her hands on her boobie. Things are happening. And then at the beginning of the next chapter, she's like, I mean, I guess since this is what you want and I owe you. And I was like, don't do that. Don't. No. Why?
Yes.
Fuck. Yeah. I hate this. I'm so angry.
I agree 100%. I was like, I kept feeling cheated by it.
Me too.
Like, I felt so cheated. And not just because they didn't like continue kissing or doing anything like that. It was just because like the character just suddenly was like, oh wait, no, just kidding. I'm backing up now. Like I don't feel like getting any deeper.
Like I feel like it's important to get this out because the justification for that is Yuzu was scared to embrace her feelings, and they explained that later. Like she was in a position where she could have lunged head first into it, and the thing is, it doesn't come up until later that she realized that she was afraid, and that's the reason why Christmas fell apart, and they went 3 months without talking, basically.
No. I would not touch a person who is like, I owe you, so here's my body.
Yes,
that's fucked up.
That's what made me so annoyed. Like, because she was like, I owe you for this. It's like, it's not Yuzu's feelings that are weird. It's May's feelings that are weird.
Yeah,
May
that
is
really
like,
bothered me.
I really wanted them to go in the direction and like get more into May. Like they've touched on it a little bit, but it's just been so muddled with all the other drama stuff that May has an issue where she only feels love or attraction when somebody needs her. Yeah. And so that came up when the little sister, not the little sister, the oldest sister,
or whatever.
Sarah.
Yeah.
When Sarah asked her out, she's like, oh, do you need me? And Sarah's like, yes, I need you. And that's why May is like, okay, I'm going to go out with you. I want them to focus on that, but instead it gets so like muddled with all this other forced stoicness that I'm just like, stop it. So that whole thing felt really weird to me because it made like Yuzu be the one that was really caught off guard, or like really confused. But I wish they'd focus on May's issues that came up with that and not the Yuzu. That was my thing. And another thing that felt another piece of drama that made me just be like, I really don't care about this, was kind of like how May's like, I've been working so hard so that my dad doesn't have to take over the school, or so that I can keep it so that my dad will come back to the school or something like that. And Dad's like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, that was so weird.
That was weird too. She's like, I haven't seen him in 5 years. Right? And he comes back and he's just like this scruffy nomad. And she's like, everything I've worked for my whole life is a lie. And I was like, What is the storyline? This is so strange.
The storyline was so
I thought with all the daddy issues, they'd be like, I didn't want the generic, you're not good enough for me, daughter. You know, I didn't want that. But it was a little lackluster when the dad came home and it was just like, hey, yeah, no, I'm just a lazy piece of shit that likes traveling. I fucked school, you know.
Yeah, and he's not even like, they don't even have like this heart-to-heart talk. He's just like, oh yeah,
he
by
left
the way,
a day later. I was
be good to her.
Like he relies on Yuzu to fix Mei for him.
Yeah.
And that should have been a discussion thing. What would have added more to that, more substance to that, would have been if Mei and her dad had a discussion where he was like, you need to follow your own heart. Like, you don't need to be this person or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I missed it, but I feel like that didn't happen. And that really bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
It happened between her dad. It happened between Mei's dad and Yuzu, kind of. That's it.
Yeah.
The comment section of the Twitter, not Twitter, fucking Twitch, the other TW, is calling me Hanzo, and it makes me happy because I do really good with Hanzo, and they want me to put my hair in a ponytail, so I'm gonna find a hair bow, and I'm gonna do that.
A hair bow.
But,
Go find your hair bow.
Oh, I have this
Dakota.
thing.
hair bow.
But no, I will say too is that it feels like a lot of the time there is character development in this. But when it comes to the drama, I feel like nobody ever learns. I feel like it's just right back to the beginning a lot of the times when it comes to a lot of the drama. And whenever it finally sorts itself out, literally the next chapter, either a new character introduces themselves or one of them gets too feely or too emotionally and fucks up something.
Yeah. Dude, when the two sisters appeared, I was so confused because I was like, did I miss when they got introduced? Because it feels like they've been here the whole time and I just haven't known that they've been here the whole time. Like their entrance, I just felt very sudden, like their appearance. And then the girl with the bow, I was like, is this Nisakoi? Is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah, right. Where just more and more girls show up to foil the main couple. I'm just like, God, there's so many ladies out here.
What were you guys' feelings on the other girls that were introduced? We had little sister Matsuri.
I hated her. She was the worst.
She's
a terrible person.
We had the vice president.
Vice
president is cute though.
She's cute, but kind of annoying.
Yeah, but she's just like really serious and cares a lot about
I can't wait
Mei.
to see that Fro animated.
Wasn't there? I know that's gonna be big. Wasn't there like an off chapter between Glasses girl and Uzu's friend from the new school? There was like a short chapter where they had like an adventure or something.
I think it was one of the first ones.
Yeah, it was very early on, but I was so sad they never did anything more with that because I was like, I could ship that.
Yeah.
I could ship that. But they never did anything.
I liked that all of the extra chapters were like, here's these two girls together doing a thing. What do you think? I was like, okay. And that was
something
so confusing for me.
That's just market research, Dodger.
Right.
That's all it is.
But like with the shitty little sister that we all fucking hated, right? We had like side chapters with her, and at the end they'd be like, she's such a little bitch. And that would just be the end of the chapter. Like, man, I really hate her. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yuzu's friend and the little sister girl headphone bitch was like, you're attracted to her, aren't you? And she's like, no, I'm not.
Really
but there was
not.
like a weird thing that was with that was like implied that she felt something. It was like very I was like, what angle is happening now? Like,
the one thing about this manga is that I stopped caring about Yuri in general, and it went deeper than that. I only care about Mei and Yuzu's relationship. Anybody else who tries to fuck them. I don't care about them anymore. Okay, they can do whatever they want to. It's Yuzu and Mei, and maybe some father and grandfather, connections. But other than that, not like that. But other than that,
I was gonna say, it's like, wow, that's a
Yuzu, Mei, mom, dad, grandfather, whoever's around and willing to participate. Yeah.
It's just Winchester.
Even then, there'll be 3 chapters of bullshit after of trying to figure out who they really are. God damn it.
Grandpapa.
Hello, Grandpapa.
Never get out of the hospital?
Did he? I don't know. Maybe he's still there.
We never saw him leave.
No, he was never. We never heard from him again. May's like, that was also weird. May's like, I'm gonna go live with my grandpa because I'm uncomfortable here. And then she's like, actually, I'm coming back and it's my choice. And I was like, what are you doing? Who are you? What is happening?
Do you even know who you are?
Like, I just wish, because I really want to see the two main ladies just fall in love more and more. And I just adore Yuzu. It's mostly because I love Yuzu so much, not because I necessarily ship them. I'm not like, oh my god, OTP, I ship these two so hard and I just want them to be in love. I just love Yuzu,
You just want Yuzu to be happy really badly.
I want Mei to develop more so that I can root for them together. And they look real, like, the art with them.
They're a handsome couple.
They are very pretty together, I will say that. But I just wish Mei's personality was a little bit more defined and not reliant on Yuzu's feelings at the time.
I want Yuzu to get more character development, and then I want Mei to get more just character. So
yeah, just character.
Yes.
Let's talk about the art.
I love the art. I think it's gorgeous. Did you guys have the random chapters where it was just like framework drawing?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, is that in the final form of this volume, or is that just in the translation that I'm reading right now?
I didn't know if it was. I don't know. I was like, is this like some trippy Yuzu's having like a projection or like hallucination feeling?
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, it's actually part of the conversation. And I'm, what?
I feel like they spent like, they're like, okay, we got a, let's see, I have a week to get this done. I'm going to spend, I'm going to spend maybe 2 days on, 3 days on everything. And then just the kissing scenes, just the stare down scenes, I'm going to spend like the rest of my time on. Like when it comes down to it and it comes to those intense, intimate moments, it's done out so well.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful art. It can be hung up as fucking wallpaper. It's art, basically. And that's what it comes down to. So yeah, basically, in-betweens are all right. The funny skits are, it does a good job of doing character designs for just funny moments that are supposed to make you chuckle and say, oh, she's cute. And but when it comes down to it, the art gets intense. I will complain though. The character designs for it, I feel that except for the handful of main characters, everybody else, the character designs kind of get repetitive, as in they all look kind of similar.
Yeah.
Even Yuzu looks like a few people without the crazy hair.
Yes. I got confused with Headphone Lady and Yuzu a few times. I was like, Yuzu's talking to this random girl. Wait, no, why does Yuzu have headphones? Oh, it's someone different.
Yeah, just basically every blonde looked exactly the same.
I didn't get anybody confused, but I'm apparently in the minority. So.
No, that's fine. It just means you pay more attention to me.
But yeah, I agree, Dakota, with what you said. I just loved the art overall. I thought it was so well done, and like no body proportions ever felt bizarre to me. But I especially appreciated during those intense moments and like the kissing scenes and the touching scenes, the more sexual scenes. I go back to the word tasteful because it felt very genuine and very
tasteful.
It was very sexy. Those scenes were very, very sexy.
Cool.
I did really enjoy the art during those scenes, especially. I thought it was really pretty.
Yeah, I liked that we had there was a clear distinction art-wise between this is like a very sexual kiss and this is a really sweet kiss. We had at least one really sweet kiss, I'm trying to remember. But I liked that they weren't all sweaty, blushy spit kisses, right? Like there was a gradient depending on the mood, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I will
not that there's anything wrong with blushy, sweaty spit kisses, but like since
it's nice that there's variety.
Because it's like trying to tell a story, right? So I was glad that it wasn't just like, and now it's porn. It's like, all right,
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. It's like, oh, now we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah. Especially detailed bras. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I like how every bra was made very specific. It was great. It was like part of it. It wasn't just a white lines. It just light lines. And
mangaka
then
really did a lot of research about different bra
I
styles.
would not be surprised. I know that's like probably like the reference thing is like you got to have like references into it, but I would not like even in like anime that make like kind of like as a parody of like shows the end life of mangaka. You'll see them like walking home with a bunch of random like women's underwear and bras just to see like for references.
Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
Yeah, Nozaki-kun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, all of the clothes, like the like Yuzu's closet, like her wardrobe, so cute. Her
cute.
out of uniform. Even
I was
in
so
uniform,
offended
I was
she
like,
was
"I
told
want
to
all of your
change her
clothes."
outfits.
So yeah, a lot of details goes into the I wouldn't say this the clothing and whatnot. I will say also for physical copies, I don't know what I did with mine. I swear I had it with me. I may have put it up there when I got my wine, but the physical copies, I would say if anybody collects manga or is confused on what to buy, definitely check out buying Citrus. It's I see them on sale on Amazon every now and then. It's such a great shelf piece. I love the art. Each volume, like each front page of each volume, is a work of art. It's great. Even if it's just a more detailed scene of something in the manga that we see. Like I said earlier, each of those scenes put so much detail into it. It looks great. And then also is a little bit bigger in size, so you get to see all of the magnificent artwork up close. But just definitely check out buying it. Plus, a lot of them have a few of the colored pages in like maybe the first 10 or something. It looks great. And I bought it. I don't regret buying it. It's like, some manga is mediocre, I guess. It's just manga, but this one's definitely a great little shelf piece for you. If I haven't said that enough, but yeah.
Yes.
I was about to ask a question about a totally different manga.
What were you gonna say?
Go ahead.
I can't remember what's the name of the manga about the Tuchan boy who like meets a girl on the train.
Molester Man.
Densha Otoko.
No.
Also molester.
Yes.
Molester, yeah.
Densha Otoko.
Thank you.
Oh, I loved that manga.
I know. I gave it a 10 out of 10. And
It's great. Top 5 for. I love
I
that
was
manga.
just thinking to myself,
So good.
I don't own it, and I should support it. Apparently, Densha Otoko was turned into a J-drama. I guess that doesn't surprise me.
I wonder if
Oh,
it'll
I
ever get
misspelled
a
it.
proper
I
manga.
misspelled it, and I found something amazing. Oh my god!
What did you find?
Here, I found a figure of a police guy whose head is a siren.
And it can arrive December 20th. Add 2 cards.
Holy shit.
There you go, chat. There you go.
It's dabbing.
Wait, it's a lamp.
dabbing.
It's a lamp. Oh my god!
That's awesome.
So good.
Thank you, Bandai.
Amazing.
I'm so glad that this is the world we live in.
Beautiful. All right, let's wrap up and give our final thoughts and ratings. Would anybody like to go first?
Let's see. I'll go. I'll knock this out first.
Anyway.
Let's see here. My complaints are only with the character. Some of the characters and their not motivations are really, but just their lack of character / lack of character development that goes through. When a manga goes by in time, so should the characters. So I feel like the manga kind of fails at that, but at the same time, where we left off, it definitely leads up to. I really want to read more because it's leading up to something that I think is going to be good for the manga. Let's see here. Character designs do get kind of repetitive for me, at least. And I also love the Ava moment they have, where she Yuzu's about to kiss May, and she's like, "Daddy," and then she's like, "Okay, fuck, I'm backing off now. All right, this is back off." It's in layman's terms, it's not a very complex story. It's pretty average when it comes to other mangas, but when it comes to a romance series, it works perfectly. And it has some of the biggest things that make a romance series great. It makes you really intense and into the moments, and it just has some of the best character interactions for, say, a romance manga needs to. Now, one character's actions and or just one-liners can make or break a chapter. So I definitely say go check it out. It has its issues, like we explained, but the goods override the bads. And even if you never even read Yuri and you give it a stereotypical, I'm not going to read that, just check it out. I love how Random quoted me on Twitter, though. He was like, if you don't like Yuri, you should still check it out. So, I mean,
I would say if you like shoujo, you should check it out.
Yes. Thank you.
If you're looking for a new romance, I think it's one that you should definitely look into checking out, because it's really sweet. I just wish that May had a little bit more like defined character, and that I rooted for the main couple just because I loved both of them together, as opposed to I just love the main character so much that I want her to be happy. But the art is absolutely fantastic. I am interested in reading more. I hope the drama simmers a little bit, but I'm feeling like it's gonna go like this a little bit more than it's gonna go like this. But there's only one way to find out. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I was blown away by it, but it was refreshing in a lot of ways. And so I think I'm gonna give it. Well, we read a 6.5 to 7. Yeah, that's what I think. I think if you want a new shoujo romance, it is one that you need to check out. It's very well done. It doesn't have those Yuri tropes that can get very heavy in most Yuri manga. So I think it's one you should look at.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out whether I wanted to give it a 6.5 or a 7 as well. Because it's like, the art is great, and it does have more substance to it than I think people would be expecting going into it. But there are storytelling elements to it that bother me a lot. And I want more out of it. And I feel like it has the potential to get better for me. But what we read felt so stagnant for most of it that it held it back a little bit for me. But I do love Yuzu, and I wish her all the happiness in the world. So I'll give it a 7. For Yuzu. Right. I'll give it a 7 for Yuzu.
For Yuzu.
All right, so for the full duration of this manga pod, I've projected an aura of being enamored with this manga, and I'd like to clear something up. While I do appreciate the romance that is being established for this story, I don't find it all that interesting because it felt like they were rehashing the same story over the course of 16 chapters with a few nuanced detail changes. So, for example, the storyline with the grandfather collapsing, or the introduction of the little sister character, it always felt like they were on the verge of establishing a relationship, but ultimately deciding against it for some arbitrary reason, which honestly felt like they were just extending the story for whatever reason. Maybe the mangaka didn't know what they wanted to do next, and they just couldn't come up with something else. I don't know. What I do know is that its presentation was really nice, and the framework has now been laid. And assuming that they don't fall back again from the stopping point on chapter 16, this manga does have promise to improve. Though I can't really rate it for what I haven't read, so I'm going to give it a 6. I feel like there was a lot of areas that could have been capitalized on. The story itself could have been streamlined. They could have completely omitted the section on the trip, for example. They could have cut that out and taken the climax from that and put it in the arc where the little sister shows up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they could have definitely reworked this into a more interesting story. But yeah, the art makes up for a lot of it. Yuzu makes up for a lot of it. May is a big detraction for me, but I love her design, so I kind of forgiving of it. And the little twin sister is the best girl.
Yeah,
I really like her.
Cute.
She was adorable.
Yes, she was very sweet, and I like that she's like, I do it because I want to, not because anybody's holding me back. I promise.
Yeah.
It is.
So yeah, that's it. 6 out of 10.
Awesome.
I would rate it. Okay, compared to if you're speaking shoujo, I'd give it a 7. If you're speaking compared to a bunch of just regular manga out there, I'd give it probably a 6.75. Random said 69, whatever. A 6 and a quarter, 6.5, 6 and a quarter. So it's definitely an enjoyable piece, and it holds a lot of I guess I personally like it. It's something that was different for me, and I grew to love it. So that's why I hold it up so highly. It's one of those ones you just start reading and you just find a really high enjoyment in the characters, and you just kind of want to read more. So, yeah.
Awesome. So that wraps up our discussion of Citrus Volumes 1 through 4, Chapters 1 through 16. If it sounds like a manga you want to check out, definitely go and do so. That wraps up our Yukurama. I'm going to read the description for the manga that we were reading next week, and everybody in chat gets to guess it. And before I do that, Dodger, did you see the link I posted in the chat?
No,
The second one?
I'm
The new
not
one?
going to open it again because then people can see our chat and it fucks
Oh,
up
okay.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. Never mind. I was wanting
I
to see
made
if
that
I could
mistake
post
once.
it.
I'm not doing it again.
I was like, I want to post this, but I don't want to get banned because of it. But it's a pretty amazing figure.
Okay, I'll look at it afterwards.
Great,
I'm very
good.
excited.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to read the chat, or not the chat, the description.
Also the chat.
When the president got into an accident, Shirotani Tadanomi met Kurose. On their first meeting, Kurose could tell right away that Shirotani is misophobic and said that it's pretty bad while suggesting it would be better to consult a doctor about it. Shirotani was left perturbed by the encounter. Who is Kurose? And how was he able to tell Shirotani's condition? There were no blanks in that because I really didn't think they'd be useful.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think it is, guys? Now's your time to guess.
Why does everybody compare me the... You know what? That's it. Next year at Anime Expo, I'll cosplay Hanzo.
Are you going to cosplay Hanzo?
Do
I'll
it.
cosplay Hanzo. There's enough people in the comment section who want me to say lines and do stuff. Let's see. Something
Naruto.
Something yaoi Naruto.
Something
No
yaoi,
idea.
close. Yay, Adriana! B,
Wait.
got it. We are reading 10 count.
Hey,
AKA,
nice.
we're going
Good
from
job.
Yuri Pod to Yaoi Pod because we are all inclusive.
Yep.
Let everybody
So.
touch butts. Let them all eat cake.
Everybody eat cake butts.
Yeah.
Everybody do that. Yeah.
Wait, what?
So we are reading chapters 1 through 30 of 10 count next week. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure though that is also rated R for sexual content. Just so you know.
Probably.
And we'll be joined by 42 Believer, of course.
Hey, I'll have to check in for that. That's awesome.
Nobody else. Yeah, so that is what we are discussing next week. Let's go around and shout out our stuff super duper fast. I'm Erin, I'm Happily Erin. I do Weeb Trash, so I haven't really done anything on my channel recently, but that is going to be changing come the new year, which I'm super duper excited about. You can check out my channel to find all the previous manga pods, and if you want to see any other videos that I've done before, you can check that out there. If you want to find me on social media, I'm Happily Erin all across the everything. I'm much more active on that stuff currently, so come and follow me, please. Be friends and stuff.
I'm glad that you've picked up the wink and finger guns.
I don't know why I keep doing it.
I love it.
It's happening.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Dodger. You might be watching this on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/dexteritybonus. If so, I would love it if you'd give me a follow. But I also have a YouTube, youtube.com/presshardtocontinue. It's mostly Vlogmas, which has been super fun. And Vlogmas is a thing that some people do where every day of December they put up a little vlog. So if that sounds fun, I would love it if you guys would go and watch those. Otherwise, follow me on social media at DexBonus and have a great day.
Cool. I like Vlogmas.
Thanks.
Your
I
Vlogmas
do
videos are
too.
great.
Aw,
They're
thanks,
so
guys.
good.
Aw.
I love how
So much
creatively
fun.
edited they are. They're really cool.
Thank you. Aaron's an editor, so I feel so good
Every
about
vlogger
myself.
should take
Aw.
notes, people.
So my name's Lou. Hi guys. I do anime stuff on my YouTube channel, Lou Talks Anime. I also have other YouTube channels. Those have basically been set up and have been sitting because I've been doing like real life stuff. I also have a Twitch channel, Lou Plays Games. All my stuff is linked on my Twitter, which is Lou Talks Anime. So you can go and find that all pinned to the very top. And that's basically all my stuff. Oh, and I'm a part of a podcast with Dakota and our mod Random called Anime Association. So that's something that, again, because I've been busy with life stuff, we've all been busy with life stuff. That's been put on the back burner, but I think it's going to be coming back in a big way real soon. So check it out.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say back bummer, and it made me laugh really hard.
Well, that would
We're
be
not to the
next.
yaoi
That's
yet.
next week, Aaron.
Putting it
Yeah.
on the back bummer. You know.
Rated
Back
R
bummer.
for intense back bummers. But
Join us next week
for back bummers,
for back bummers.
I'll
That's
be
my
watching.
manga. That's what I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write a manga called Back Bummers.
Please do.
Okay,
I'm sure it's gonna be classy.
Stu,
Next NaNoWriMo.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my next Nino.
To Stu on the comment section, my wine is amazing. I just finished a bottle. The only problem with it is I didn't have a corkscrew, and I didn't know the shoe trick that I just learned from Dodger. And it has corks in it because I was trying to fish out the cork, and I ended up tearing it up, and it all dropped in there. So I fish out the cork droppings in there and drink the wine. But I finished the wine bottle, by the way. $80 wine. It's great.
I found out that I don't drink from the same spot on my cup apparently, because there are
There are lipstick stains all over.
All the way around it. Perfect.
classy.
It's just like
thank
Christmas
you,
cup looking.
Dakota.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I
Did
got
you
shot
shout out
myself.
your stuff yet? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I forgot. My bad.
Sorry, you started talking about wine. I got
I know, right? My bad. My name is DakotaBroskie. You can find me anywhere and everywhere under DakotaBroskie. I make YouTube videos, anything and everything anime. Most recently, Lou gave me the idea. He sent me a text. It was like, "Yo, Keijo, but with the JoJo's opening." So I made an anime parody of the JoJo's opening, but about Keijo. So go check it out. It's great.
It's fantastic. I love it.
I had so much fun doing it. But anyways, if you like that kind of stuff, go subscribe and yada, yada, yada. That's about it for me. Also, I'll tell you guys, since there's some people wanting it in the chat, to do a Hanzo line. I'm not good at Hanzo lines, but I'll do one anyways. This is for you guys. But if you guys ever need me back for a MangaPod next year for the scheduling, Hanzo at your service.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on so last minute, Dakota. We really appreciate having you as always.
Hey, no problem. I just wish next time I can't wait for Glenn to come back. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be
You guys keep watching
wonderful.
that. Glenn's going to be awesome.
Amazing. It'll be so fun. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching us on MangaPod, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube. We really appreciate your viewership. You're wonderful. We will be here same time, same place next week, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, reading 10 Count, chapters 1 through 30. So we hope you join us for that. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.